Hello everyone, I'm Anisha. Welcome all of you to my channel, that is virtual classes. So today in this channel we are going to continue our chapter number 1 of social science, okay, class 7 social science, chapter number 1 that we have already started. And if you haven't watched the previous part, kindly watch the first part first, okay, and the link is given in the description box. And this is from your theme A, India and the world, land and the people, okay. And the first chapter, the name of this chapter is Geographical Diversity of India. This is basically your geography section. So let us continue. So in our previous class, see what we have learned. We have learned about how the Himalayan mountains were formed, isn't it? How the mountain were formed and why the mountains are called young fold mountains. So I have explained everything in detail. So we'll continue this one, okay. Today's class, that is, the topic is the cold desert of India. See, when we heard the word desert, what is the first thing that comes into our mind? It comes that, okay, deserts are usually very hot areas, isn't it? But there is a cold desert also, okay, and that one we have in India also, and that desert is in Ladakh, okay. Ladakh is the cool desert, okay. So the word desert immediately evokes an image of a hot place, like I have said you, okay. However, there are also cold deserts, and we have one in India. Ladakh is a cold desert where winter temperature drops below -30 degrees Celsius. There is a very little rainfall, and the landscape is rugged with rocky terrain, deep valleys and lakes such as Pangong Sho. Sho means lake, okay, Pangong Sho. So you can, I don't know whether I'm correctly pronouncing this or not, okay. If I'm wrong, kindly forgive me. So Pangong Sho, okay. So Sho means lake. So here we have the cold desert, and the cold desert is Ladakh, okay, and the temperature used to be very cold here, and it used to drop to below -30 degrees Celsius also during winter time, okay, and there is very little rainfall. See, desert means little rainfall, okay, or no rainfall, because there is always a scarcity of water, as well as, see, and the lands, as in desert it is not possible to practice farming, agriculture and all, isn't it? So things are also available very less, okay. And everything has been, most of the things are been exported from other states. And the landscape here is very much rugged, as you can see here in this picture also, okay. It is very much rugged and with very rocky terrain, okay. The terrain, the topography is very much rocky, and we have a deep valleys also and lakes such as Pangong Sho, which is a famous lake, okay. We'll see the picture of the image of this lake as well in this book. The terrain has resemblance of that of the moon, hence it is called moonland. So this terrain, okay, this terrain, it has a rocky terrain, isn't it? And little, see, it is very dry and little yellowish color, light yellow, isn't it? Light brown or light yellow color, something like that. So this terrain resemblance that of the moon, okay. In moon also you will find such terrain, okay. The landscape is like this. So that is why it has been compared with the moon, and hence it is called moonland. So geologists explain the formation of this terrain, as we saw earlier, by the fact that the mountains were folded when the Indian landmass collided with the Eurasia. This folded portion was a part of an ocean, okay, and so the rocks in this area are made of this clay and sand, okay. See, as we have learned in our previous class, that how Indian plate, that is India, in the landmass of India, which was a part of the Deccan Plateau, Gondwana land, sorry, not Deccan Plateau, Gondwana land, isn't it? Gondwana landmass. So how it slowly drifted from from the southern hemisphere towards the northern hemisphere, and finally collided with the Eurasian plate, isn't it? And as a result, these Himalayan mountains were formed. And at that very time, these mountains of Ladakh were also been formed. And this area, okay, this area where these mountains are being folded, this was ocean before, okay. There was ocean before. That is why this terrain is very dry, and there is no greenery at all, okay, because it was all ocean, and these rocks are all clays, okay, and the rocks in this area are all clay and sand. So that is why this lake over here is also very salty, okay. We'll come to know. See, let us first complete our sentence, okay. Are made largely of sand and clay. See, as I have told you, these are made largely of sand and clay, okay. The rocks are made largely of sand and clay. Wind and rain have eroded the mountain into the shape you see in the photograph. So as a result of the wind and rain, erosion, okay, erosion takes place, and the shape which we have today, it is the result of this wind and rain, okay. The erosion which has been caused by wind and rain. And despite the harsh condition, Ladakh is home to unique wildlife like snow leopard, ibex and Tibetan antelopes. The Ladakhi people lead a simple life. The region is known for its ancient monasteries and colorful festivals such as Losar and Hamis festival. So despite there is a very harsh condition, isn't it, in this Ladakh area, despite it there you will find human settlement, okay, and it is Ladakh is home to several unique wildlife as well, like snow leopard you'll find there, ibex you'll find there, Tibetan and antelope you'll find there, a kind of antelope which is the like from the deer family only, okay. And the Ladakhi people, they are very simple and they lead a very simple life, and this region, this Ladakh, especially this region, is famous for its monasteries, isn't it, as we have seen the images in our previous class also. There are so many monasteries built up here in this Ladakh, okay, and there are so many monks also, and one of the famous monk which live in Ladakh is, can you tell me the name? I'll give you the hint, his surname is Lama, okay. And so many colorful festivals are being celebrated over there, like Losar and the Hamis festival. So now let us refer to the image first. Let us see this beautiful image which is given of the Pangong Sho Lake, okay. The Pangong Sho Ladakh, the lake has salty water. Unlike most other lakes, the saltiness is a result of the minerals that dissolve from the surrounding mountain area. See, as the mountains are being folded, and the mountains which are being formed by foldation of the ocean area, isn't it? From the ocean floor, the ocean floors are being folded there. So as a result, these mountains are the rocks and all, the rocks of these mountains are made of sand and clay, and obviously it is salty, okay. So because of the water, the lake over here, it is salty because as a result of the mineral that has been dissolved from the surrounding mountain areas, as the mountains are all folded from the ocean only, okay. So that is the reason why the lake water is salty here. So let us see one more image which is given here. Yaks are very important for the lives of people in Himalayas. They are reared for their milk, meat, wool and dung, and are also used for transport. So this yak, as you can see in this picture, these are very much important animal for the lives of the people of the Himalayas, okay. And Ladakh is also in Himalaya, isn't it? And they are being reared for their milk, meat, wool, dung, which they will prepare for manure and all, okay, and are also used for transportation, for transport and all. So that is why these yaks are being reared, all right. So let us continue. So that was all about our cold desert of India. Now let us move to the Gangetic plains, okay. The Gangetic plains, which is also known as the northern plains, all right, just beyond in the south towards of the Himalayas. So as we move southward from the Himalayas, we reach the vast and fertile Gangetic plains. See here in the image on the side of this map, can you see here Gangetic plains, okay, this area, okay, this area is the Gangetic plain area. So these plains have been an important part of the history and civilization of India. So these plains, okay, these northern plains, these are all plain, okay, plain area, and you will not see any mountains and anything here. So that is why it is a very important part of our history and the civilization of India, how developments of India takes place. This plain, this Gangetic plain plays a very important role, and you will come to know the reason how in your higher classes, okay. So these plains are nourished by mighty rivers originating from the Himalayas, providing a vital lifeline. Water, the Ganga, Indus and the Brahmaputra river system, along with their extensive network of tributaries, enrich the soil with minerals, making the region highly fertile and ideal for agriculture. See, and this Gangetic plains, okay, in these northern plains, what happened, there are mighty rivers which provides water, okay, providing water, that is a vital lifeline, okay. And that is why you will find human settlement, more human settlement are in this area only, in the plain area, okay, in this, especially in this Gangetic plain area, as because the surface is plain, it is easier for transportation and all, isn't it? So and people can move from one place to another place easily, as there are connection roads are there, railway lines are there, railway tracks are there, easily you can construct over there, as there are no mountains and all, okay. So that is why most of the people used to settle here. And here the important rivers of India, that is the Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra river system, okay, they provide water. And because of these what, when the river runs down, okay, when this river runs down from the Himalayas, what happened, it brings minerals along with them, okay, it brings minerals along with them, and which enrich the soil and makes the soil very fertile and favorable for agriculture. As a result, majority of the agriculture also takes place in this region only, okay. And the tributaries of these rivers, okay, these tributaries of Ganga river, Indus river, Brahmaputra river, okay, along with them they enrich the soil with minerals, making the region highly fertile and ideal for agriculture. So the rivers bring with them minerals that enrich the soil, enabling abundance agriculture. As a result, the agriculture products of this area is also very much successful, okay. So because the soil is very much fertile and the soil gets mineral from time to time along from the rivers with that carried from the mountains plains area, that is from the Himalayas areas. Okay, the rivers are also a source of generating electricity. So these rivers are also a source for generating of this electricity, and we have already understand how we can generate electricity by using the, what was the term, hydroelectricity, isn't it, hydroelectricity. And with the special turbines, what we can do, we can generate electricity from the force of the water that is falling down, okay, in the river. And a large proportion of India's population lives in these plains. So as I have told you before, large proportion of India's population lives, they used to settle, the human settlement, large area of human settlement are in these plains only, because there are so much of what we can say, availability of abundance is there, like for example road connection is there, agriculture flourish is there, isn't it, as the soil is very much fertile. They can live by leading their life by farming and all. So easily what happens, so many facilities are here, okay. In short, what we can say, so many facilities are being provided in the plain area. Especially if you go to the northern hills, northeastern hillside, there you will find the connectivity is little low. Why? Because you will find that, okay, yes, you can go there only by airway, okay, by roadways also you can go, but it used to take so much of time and so much of energy will be gone, isn't it. And apart from that, again, there is no railway track, no railway lines over there in some of the states like Manipur, Meghalaya, okay. It is very much difficult because all the areas are mountain area, okay. Even though in Manipur you will find valley area is also there in Imphal Valley, but railway track has not been reached there. Because of that, the transportations, the trading and all, it is difficult in that region. So compared with those regions, this plain area, okay, people used to choose this plain area. It is more favorable and it gives more facility to their life, okay. So let us continue about this Gangetic plain. So here are some image, okay. Let us see. Modern agriculture practice in the plain. So this is by using this tractor. Nowadays what happened, agriculture practice are being done by using modern tools and appliances, isn't it. And this is the aerial view of Delhi along with the river Yamuna on the top right. And next we have this multi-cropping in Uttar Pradesh, image of a multi-cropping, okay, where you have planted more than one type of vegetables or fruits, okay, especially vegetables here, okay. And here some village women are working in this paddy field in this West Bengal. So this are some of the image of the plain areas, okay. The flat land of the northern plains has allowed for the development of an elaborated transportation network. So this is what I was talking about, okay. This flat land of this, as the northern plains are flat, okay, the area is flat, what happened, there is development used to take place very fast, okay, in a rapid way. So that is why we have a large transportation network here, and roads and railway networks facilitates the movement of people and goods over long distances. So what happened, with the help of road and railways network, what happened, there is easily movement of people used to take place, okay. Not only movement of people, movement of goods from one place to another place, that is what we call trading, isn't it. As you will see in the tapestry of the past chapter, the Ganga, the Brahmaputra and other rivers has been used for millennia for travel and trade. So in your history section, okay, we will see that the river Ganga and the Brahmaputra, okay, these rivers has been used for millions and millions of years in the history also for travel and for trading purpose. So in that chapter we will understand more about this, okay, how transportations and tradings used to take place during those time. So here again two modes of transportations are here, one is the railway line and another is the waterway, okay, in this Gangetic plain. So let us see one, don't miss out. Most rivers are named after goddesses. See, often here river names are been after goddesses like Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, isn't it. So the name of this Brahmaputra, however, means the son of Brahma. See, the name of this Brahmaputra, it is not named after goddesses, okay. It is named after Brahma's son, okay. This is Brahmaputra, means Putra means son, isn't it, son of Brahma. So this river gets bigger during summer instead of drying up. Can you guess why? So there they have put on an interesting question that this river of this Brahmaputra, okay, instead of drying up, it used to be it used to be more, okay, in summer it used to be bigger instead of drying up. What might be the reason for this? Can you guess the reason? See, in summer, the snow in the Himalayas, okay, they used to melt more, and heavy rains also happen. And what happens when this when the snow melt over the Himalayas? Those snow are directly melting and connecting with this river Brahmaputra. As a result, this river get bigger during summer, and apart from that, again heavy rainfall in this area. In Brahmaputra is over here, okay, over here in this area. So what happened in this area? There is a huge rainfall also, okay, especially during the summer. Heavy rainfall used to take place in the northeast way, okay, in the northeastern part. So what happens, and that is the reason, okay, why this river gets bigger, and the extra water flows in the Brahmaputra, making the river very big instead of drying up. Okay, I hope you understood. So now let us see some image again. Let us explore. Okay, notice the concentration of lighting in the plains. What could be the reason for this concentration? See, this is an aerial view, okay, which is satellite image of a Gangetic plains. So you can see so many lights are there, lightings are there, isn't it? So what might be the reason of these lightings area? See here, especially in this region, you will find huge lightings are there, isn't it? It is because there is a huge large human settlement over there in the Ganga plains, okay, in the Gangetic plains, instead of the other parts of the region. Why? Because it is favorable, as we have already know, isn't it? So the Gangetic plain have lots of cities, towns and villages. That is why it is the concentration of lighting has been shown here, okay. And the other reason is that more people live there, so there are more lights and buildings causing bright concentrations when seen from the above. So now there are more image. Let us see the two more image from these northern place. The northern plain, that is the grey langur. We used to say langur, isn't it? Hindi word. Sits on a wooden beam in Bandhavgarh National Park, Madhya Pradesh. And this is an image taken of this majestic tiger that was on the verge of extinction. And we have already learned, isn't it, how the Project Tiger has helped and support to the return of this tiger to its habitat with the initiative of the government, isn't it? And it was introduced in which year? 1970. Which one? Can you please write down in the comment section? As we have already learned this in your 6th standard, isn't it? 6th grade. So these are the two images, okay. So okay, there are two more images there. Let us see. The Indian gharial and an adult is between 2.5 and 4.5 meter long. This reptile is on the verge of extinction. There are laws that prohibits harming it or hunting it. So this reptile, okay, this reptile which is known as the Indian gharial, this is in the verge of extinction, okay. And they have given the size also, that adult is usually between 2.5 to 4.5 meter long, okay. So it is very long, isn't it? And there are so many laws which prohibit harming or hunting of this animal. As this is in the verge of extinction, what happened? We should be saving them, isn't it? And again in the right side you can see a peacock and a peahen, okay. The Indian peacock is our national bird, okay. Important information is there. Indian peacock is our national bird. If you are asked which is our national bird, Indian peacock is our national bird. And yes, one more thing I would like to say you, I will be providing question and answers. We'll be doing summary. We'll be providing textual question and answers, as well as extra question and answer based on which are important for your exams, okay. So you don't worry, I'll be uploading everything, okay. And will include objective types and fill in the blanks also, just like I have did for 6th grade. If you have followed my video in 6th class, you will understand, okay. Just like that we'll be doing everything, so don't worry, okay. And yes, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. So the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert. So now let us move from Gangetic Plain towards the Great Indian Desert. This portion here, this portion, okay. In this map I have already seen you. See the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert. If we move westward on the map, this is the western part, okay, here, this side. If we move westward on the map, you will notice a yellowish area. This area is the Thar Desert. What do you see? A vast stretch of golden dunes, rugged terrain and a wide open sky. So this is a desert area, the hot desert area. We have learned about the cold desert Ladakh, isn't it? Now we are going to learn about this hot desert of India, okay. Especially a vast area of is in the India. This desert is also known as Thar Desert, okay. And majority of the area, okay, more of that area is in the India, okay, which is in the part in the state of Rajasthan especially, okay. Not only in Rajasthan, there are other states also which is mentioned here, okay. In Gujarat, Haryana and Punjab also you can see. So here you can see golden dunes. See, these are the dunes, sand dunes. Why golden? Because this is color of gold, golden color, yellow color, isn't it? And they have a very rugged terrain, very dry terrain, okay, and a very wide open sky. Wide open sky. Why? Because it is totally plain area, desert area, isn't it? That is why wide and open sky. So a traveler among the sand dunes of the Thar Desert. So this is an image of a traveler which is traveling in this Thar Desert, okay. And here you can see sand dunes also, isn't it? Here, see, these are sand dunes, okay, small mountains. And if you see properly the shape of these sand dunes, okay, this is of crescent shape, okay, which is curved, okay, just like moon we have this shape, isn't it? Like this, we have moon once in a time, we have this type of shape, isn't it? So this is known as what? Crescent shape. So what is the shape of a sand dune? So this is what I have just told you, okay. So while mountains are made up of rocks and the shape is fixed, why do you think sand dunes also have a similar shape even though they are made of sand? So like mountains, they are made of rocks and they have their shape is fixed, isn't it? But this sand, they can easily blow away from wind, isn't it? So why do they have a similar shape even though they are made of sand? What can be the answer? See, even though sand is loose, okay, the wind blows sand in one direction and piles it up in a regular pattern, okay. Even like basically the wind used to blow from one direction, isn't it? It used to usually blow into one direction or into another direction. In whichever direction the wind will blow, what will happen? This sand dune will pile up, okay. These sand dunes will pile up and they will form a mountain's shape, okay, mountain like shape. So that is the reason. So here there is an image of Jaisalmer city, that is we call as a golden city also, okay, and this has been listed by UNESCO under World Heritage Site, okay. That means this place is important, okay. That is, see, whichever list is under UNESCO World Heritage Site, this means that those places have importance, okay. It has historical importance or some important things is there, okay. So Jaisalmer, the golden city located in the middle of the Thar desert in India, the Jaisalmer fort is UNESCO World Heritage Site. So that is why this fort, okay, this has been listed under the UNESCO World Heritage Site. And yes, kindly comment the full form of UNESCO in the comment section, okay. Let me see how many of you will be commenting. So sand dunes are formed when the wind shift and shape sand into hill-like formation. So these sand dunes are being formed when because of the blow of the wind, isn't the direction of the wind, and they shape the sand into a hill-like formation. Sometimes this rise as high as 150 meters. So sometimes what happens, if the wind continuously blow into one direction, what will happen? These hills, okay, these hills which are being formed by the sand dunes, okay, are high as 150 meters also. And the Thar is a very vast arid area, okay, dry area. Most of it lies within India, spanning the states of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab and Haryana. So you will find this desert, most of the desert whole, see, Rajasthan is whole the area is desert, okay, and in Punjab some of the area, and Haryana and some of the area, okay. So this stretches this area, that is Punjab, Gujarat, Rajasthan and Haryana, okay. But we heard when we heard desert, what we used to say, what we used to think, we used to think that okay, only in the Rajasthan area, isn't it? But it is in the area of Gujarat, Punjab and Haryana as well, okay. The desert acts as a natural barrier due to the harsh conditions that deter human animal movement, including very high daytime temperature and cold night, as well as lack of access to water. So what happened in this desert area? The life is very harsh, okay. Here the life is very harsh because the climatic condition over here is very much hard, okay. Like it used to be very hot during the daytime, it will exceed more than 50 degrees Celsius, okay, and again at the night it will be very cold because the sand they used to cold up very fast, okay. So again the nights are very much cold, okay, and there is a lack of access of water. That is why what happened, this acts as a natural barrier, okay, and deter means it prevent, okay. Deter means prevent humans and animal movement. You will find little human settlements are, yes, there are so many humans are being settled over there, and whoever are settled over there, they have adjusted their life according to that area, okay, according to the climate. They have adapted their life. This is what it is here in this line. People living in the Thar have adapted their way of life to the place and what it offers. Food habits, clothing and lifestyle are suited to this harsh condition. So whatever will suit with this harsh condition, their clothing will be in that way, their lifestyle, they form their lifestyle in that way, and they will be eating foods which is suitable for that area, okay. So here is an image of Thar desert, that is the edge of the Thar desert where selling of camel is being taken place, okay. So camel vendor at the Pushkar Mela at the edge of the Thar desert. So I hope you have heard about this Pushkar Mela, isn't it? So this is a selling and buying of camel takes place in this area, okay. So it is that image. So there are more images, let us see. See here, some women are fetching water from very far away from home, isn't it? So here women fetching water from a source far away from men home, sorry, not men, home. And this right side, this is a rainwater harvesting, okay, structure in a hamlet. So as there is water scarcity, people of Rajasthan especially, okay, they have so many ways how they can harvest the rainwater so that they can keep them later for drinking purposes. All right, so let us read this one. So water is scarce in the desert. As we know, water is very much available, very much little in the desert. So that is why, see, what we have learned in your previous class, we have learned that camel, which is an animal of the desert, isn't it? Especially the camel of the hot desert, that is in the Rajasthan area. What happens? They adapt their physical features is also according to the place where they live, isn't it? That is, they have the hump, isn't it, where they used to store the food, and they drink very little water, and they urinate very little, and the dung are also often very dry, isn't it? So they are adapting according to the place. So just like that, humans are also adapting to their place, okay? So women often needs to travel long distance every day to fetch water for their families. So the traditional method for cleansing utensil is to scour them with sand until they are clean. See, as there are very much less availability of water, what happened? They used to cleanse the utensil over there by using the sand, okay? By using the sand, they will be cleaning the utensil, and at later what will happen, a little water can be used for light rinse. So they'll be using a very little water, means they are saving water, because in that area there is a scarcity of water, okay? And the water again which they have used for rinse, okay, rinsing, is again reused for purposes like watering a plant. Again, they will not wasted water, okay? They'll again use that water for plant watering the plant. So the next time we leave the tap running, remember the people of Thar desert. See, that is why we are being often told that we should not waste water, we should save water, isn't it? Especially the drinking water, it is available in very less percentage, even though our earth planet is full of like 70% of the earth is of water, but for drinking facilities and other facilities, but we have only 1% of it, okay? We are using only 1%, we have only 1% available. So water is very scarce, so we have to save water. And when you keep your tap running, that is, keep your tap open, always remember how the people of Thar desert, how these people are suffering because of less water, how they are going far away from home. Otherwise what happened, if you are not from this area, you will never know their pain, isn't it? Like you, whenever you need water, you on the tap and you'll get the water, but for them they have to go far away, and in that very hot climate it is very much hard for them, okay? So we must not waste water. And Rajasthan is also famous for its indigenous water conservation methods, including Tanga or Kunst. These are local words, okay, which this Rajasthan, they are very much famous, okay, as famous for what? For conserving water because of the scarcity of water. So these are special water collection system that store rainwater, often for drinking purpose. So what happened through this indigenous conservation method like Tanka, using Tanka and Kunz, what they used to do, they used to store, they used to collect water over there, that is especially the rainwater, and rainfall also happens very rare, okay? Very no amount of rainfall is there, and whenever rainfall happens, what happens, they used to harvest them very properly, okay? They used to store them very properly for drinking purposes. So that was all about Thar desert. Now let us move towards the Aravalli hills. So here let me show you in the map first, okay? Let us have a very little clear view of these what we have studied, okay? See, we have learned about the Himalayas, this region, isn't it? And after that we learned about these regions, that is the Thar desert, isn't it? Now we are going to learn about this region, that is the Aravallis, okay? And again same case if we see here politically in this political map. So now we have learned about this area just now, Rajasthan, Gujarat, isn't it? This Punjab, Haryana, this area, okay? We have learned about this. Now we are going to learn about the Aravalli hills, which is here, okay, in this part. So we are going to learn about it now, okay? I hope you have understood. So again let us make this map little smaller now. Whenever we need, we'll again use, okay? So here Aravalli hills, this part, okay? We are going to learn about this portion now. So let us go back to the map. Trace your path slowly from the Thar desert towards the east. Do you see the Aravalli hills? So we have already traced, isn't it? So the Aravallis are among the oldest mountains in the world. So these Aravalli hills, okay, these are one of the oldest mountain in the world. Some 2.5 billion years old. Like what we have learned that Himalayan mountains are young fall mountains, isn't it? They are recently formed. So these Aravalli hills, okay, they are very much old mountains which are formed billions of years ago. Okay, so the range has many peaks and ridges. Although its highest peak, Mount Abu, towers at over 1700 meter, most of its hills are between 309 meters high. So the highest peak of Aravalli hills is Mount Abu. Okay, so most of the other hills, their height is usually 300 to 900 meters, and the height of this Mount Abu is Mount Abu is 1700 meter. Okay, isn't it fascinating that a drive of about 4.5 hours can take us, see, from Thar to from Jodhpur to Aravalli hills, isn't it? Can take us, let us see, take us from Mount Abu in the Aravallis to Jodhpur in the Thar desert. Drive into a completely different geography. See, when you drive from Mount Abu to in the Aravalli hills to Jodhpur in the Thar desert, what happens? You will be completely in a different geography, isn't it? So that is why we are learning about this diversity, geographical diversity of India. In India, you will find so much of difference in geography also, not only in food, not only in people, not only in culture. You will find geographical diversity as well. Okay, so this is what we are learning. We have learned about Himalayas, we have learned about the Western India, that is about the Thar desert, isn't it? And now we are moving towards the these Aravalli hills. Okay, so look at the political map in the textbook and identify the state that ranges span that you see: Delhi, Rajasthan, Haryana and Gujarat. So these Aravalli hills, okay, where it is in Delhi, in Rajasthan, in Haryana and in Gujarat. Okay, these are the cities which this Aravalli range are there. Okay, it is been there. So the Aravallis play a vital role in shaping the geography and climate of northwestern India. So these Aravallis, okay, these Aravallis hill, this play a very important role, okay, in shaping the geography as well as the climate of the northwestern India, especially this part, okay, northwestern India, this part, this is the central part and this is the northeastern part. Okay, so one of its most important function is acting as a natural barrier, preventing the Thar desert from expanding the further eastward. You will read more about these later. See, one of the most important role which Aravallis are playing is that it is stopping, okay, it is stopping the expansion of this Thar desert. Otherwise what will happen if there were no hills here, okay, if there was no Aravalli hills over here, then what will happen? The desert will expand and this area will also be all desert, because the wind will blow the sand dunes and it will all scattered in around this area also. But because of this hill is acting as a natural barrier, okay, as a natural boundary, okay, preventing this Thar desert from expanding further. I hope you understood. Otherwise what will happen? Not only this area will also be desert area. So this is how this geographical diversity is preventing, okay, is helping in shaping our climatic condition and our geographical feature of India. Okay, so the Aravallis, rich in minerals like marble, granite, zinc and copper, have supported mining and construction activities for centuries. So these Aravalli, these are rich in minerals like marble, granite, zinc, okay, copper, and they have been supported mining and construction activities for centuries, means for many years. 1 century is equal to how many years? 1 century is equal to 100 years. Okay, so in fact evidence from its ancient mines at Zawar has shown that over 8 centuries ago, Indians were the first in the world to master the delicate process of extraction of zinc. So during the 8 centuries, okay, around 8 centuries ago, what happens in the ancient mines that is in Zawar, okay, Zawar, what happens, that is in the Aravalli range only, Aravalli hills only. Indians were the first one in the world, okay, to know the process of extraction of zinc. Okay, so historic forts such as Chittorgarh, Kumbhalgarh and Ranthambore are located here. So these historic forts are here, okay, and one of the image of this Kumbhalgarh fort is given here. See, this is the image, okay. So Kumbhalgarh fort surrounded the Aravallis. This location in the hills proved to be an excellent deterrent to the enemy. And see why during those time they used to build these forts. So why they used to have this fort during that time? So during that time, see what happens, the king used to build forts, large forts in their area in order to prevent enemies to enter in their area. What happens otherwise? The other king who wanted to capture the territory, okay, the area, they used to come and they used to capture, isn't it? And however how much area they used to capture, it used to be there. It was like that, okay, earlier. So what happens? That is why they used to build these, so many forts are there, isn't it? So they used to build this fort in order to prevent, in order to save their place and in order to save themselves from the enemy. See, this fort, it provides an excellent deterrent to the enemy. Excellently, what happens, they used to save themselves from the enemy. If there were no forts, then, and again this Aravalli hills, okay, this, because of these heights, what happened, it helps preventing enemy to enter in their state. Okay, so in ancient days, what happens, the king used to capture others' territory and they used to make their own, isn't it? They used to expand their territories by declaring war, by going into another's place and declaring war and capturing their area. If the king is very powerful, what will happen, they will capture more and more area. Just like if you have heard about King Ashok, isn't it? Ashoka, what happens, he have captured vast area in the India, isn't it? Vast land masses of India. So it, as they were very much powerful, so these forts are being made for those purpose. Okay, so that you can make your place, your captured area safe. Okay, so that was about the Aravalli hills. Okay, we'll do till here in today's class. Okay, we'll start this Peninsular Plateau in our next class, otherwise this video will be very lengthy. Okay, and I'll try to complete this chapter in your next part, that is your third part. Okay, so till then, watch, okay, keep watching, keep learning, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. All of you have a very nice day ahead. Bye.